In this video, we'll look into reading and writing to a flat file. So let us take a table. Here in the SQL Basics database, we have a class table. So if I right click class, select 1000 rows, and we have 10 records in this. It has got the IDs 1 to 10 and students A and B, and subject physics, chemistry, biology, social, and maths, and these are the marks of the student. So now we can write it to a flat file. Let us take this query. Let's select star from. In real time, we just select the fields we need for better performance. But for this demo, I can just take select star from SQLBasics.develop.class. Now we take the OLEDB source. So from the class table, we'll write it to the flat file. So this one is the class. Double click this table or view. See here, I can select the table or view. If I want to write the command, I can just write the command here. Select star from. But let us take the table or view here. Just directly select the table. Table class. So all these 4 columns are there. Now we want to send it to a flat file destination. So let's see the flat file destination here. Drag it. So if there is any data type mismatch, it will give out an error. We'll see that. And flat file connection manager, let us create a new file. Okay, and just a flat file connection manager, and the file name in the C test, I'll give it as my test file, and it is .txt. And here in the table we have the headers. So let us column names the first data row, and let us go to the, and here you see the format is delimited, and then code page is 1252. There is no text qualifier. Header row delimiter is carriage return and line field. Header rows to skip 0 because we have the headers. Columns, and this ID, student, subject, marks. And column delimiter is it's comma, and row delimiter is carriage return line feed. Advanced, we got this. Preview, there is no data, so because we are writing it to this file. Okay, then mappings. So ID, student, subject, marks. From the inputs, from the available input column, we have mapped it to available destination. Okay, now we can execute this. So 10 rows have flown through this to the file destination. Now if I go to C test, I have to go to C and test. So here this my test file has been created. So ID, student, subject, marks. We are given the delimiter as comma. So we are getting this comma. If you are given it as a tab delimiter, then we will get a tab here. So A physics 93 1 to 3 10 records. So it has returned to the file my test file. Let us go back. So from this class table, we have written it to the flat file destination, and we are, because we are creating a new file, just overwrite data in the file. If you don't want to overwrite data in the file, then just uncheck this, and the mappings got this, and this flat file connection manager has been created here. So I can show this, double click this, this will show up this one, c test my test file.txt, and the one we have created here, created with a delimited crlf, all these. See the data as being shown here, and here column delimiter we are taken comma, so we are getting comma. If we take tab, then we will get a tab. You can take a semicolon, colon, whatever you need. That one. This is the preview. So that's how we can write to a flat file destination. Now we'll write from this flat file to a new table. So we'll take this flat file which we have already created, my test file has got this data, and we'll write it to a new table. Let us say class 1. Let us delete this. Now our source will be flat file. So this is the flat file source. Now double click this flat file source, and we'll create a new flat file connection manager, because flat file connection manager we created it for writing from the table. So we'll create a new one, and this says flat file connection manager 1, and we'll select my test file. I selected my test file here, and delimited crlf column names in the first row, and 1252 ANSI delimited header rows delimiter is carriage return line feed. Header rows to skip is 0 because we have headings there. Now the columns. So these are the columns that are showing up: ID, student, subject, marks. These are the 4 columns that are showing up like this, and the advanced, it's showing this ID, comma, DTSTR. Review, you can see the data. Data rows to skip is 0 because we have header. Okay, these are the columns: ID, student, subject, marks. Okay, so now it has created the flat file connection manager. So if you double click this, you can see what we have set: c test my test file .txt, same things which you have seen just now. Columns, the preview. So now we need to write it to a table. So we need an OLEDB destination. Connect it and double click this OLEDB destination, and we'll write it to a new table. So if you give the new table name here itself, it will automatically show up there when you click on the new. Otherwise it will show up as OLEDB destination. Class 1. I want to create class 1 table, so I have given it, named it as class 1. So when I double click it, and SQL Basics is the database and this is the server name. We want this table or view fast load, and then this new table, the class 1 appeared here. If I haven't changed it there, the name, it would have come as OLEDB destination. So class 1 has got this ID varchar of 50, varchar of 50, varchar of 50. Okay, and mappings, we are mapping here. So let us see this. ID is dt underscore str, here dt str, student dt str, dt str. Both the input and output are showing the same data types. Now let us execute this. The 10 rows have come out of the flat file source and it has written it to the class 1 table. Click here, stop it. Now let us go to the database, and here in the SQL Basics tables, let us refresh. Now class 1 table has been created. So let me right click this class 1, select top 1000. So it has got these 10 records, A and B student marks, and columns here. You can see the columns it has created. If I expand class, then in varchar of 50, varchar of 50. But here we have this marks as integer. Here we have marks as varchar of 50, because here when we are creating it, we didn't change it. Here when we are creating it, we didn't change it, so it is showing varchar of 50, because from the flat file source it is the output is coming as dtstr. That's how it has taken varchar 50. You can change there and then you'll get the integer type here. So that's how you can use the flat file source to load the data to a table. So we have seen both loading from a table to a flat file source and a flat file source to a table. If you like the video, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button. For notifications on upcoming videos, please click on the bell icon.